My name is Leslie Williams, and I'm in San Diego, California right now. I'm a target of what is known as organized gang stalking, and do targets of organized gang stalking experience remote neural monitoring, remote behavioral influencing technology, and electronic harassment? I strongly suggest, if you're interested, to Google and YouTube extensively these terms. Now, the San Diego police are directly involved in these crimes that are happening towards me. As a result of being a target of these crimes, you can go to Google and type in a gang stalking tech, everything you need to know. It's a manifesto of a manager of organized stalking crews. He flat out states that some entire police departments have been taken over in these organized crime syndicates. Now, excuse me please, pardon me. You can also witness in the manifesto, among a bunch of other things, including how they consider targets as nothing but lab rats, because human experimentation is also involved in these expeditions. That's where the remote neural monitoring and the behavioral influencing technology comes into play in reference to these expeditions. Now, these crimes are protected by the government at the city, state, and even sometimes the federal level. Pretty much all the times the federal level. And you can witness that fact just by going to YouTube and typing in Timothy W. bioethics issues, which that actual presidential commission was overseen by a president of a university. And if you thoroughly, extensively research UCSD, La Jolla, at least the La Jolla University campus, you'll clearly be able to see the human experimentation research that has been involved on that campus. Now, since these expeditions are 100% used for criminal aspirations in reference to brain entrainment for human trafficking, sexual servitude rings, prostitution rings, racketeering of all kinds, land co-opting, mortgage co-opting, property co-opting, trust fund liquidation, identity theft, all different types of crimes that you can imagine. But brain entrainment for criminal aspirations are one of the main methods and motivations of these types of crimes. And brain entrainment is nothing but neural enslavement, because remote neural monitoring turns around and stimulates what's entrained. And they don't entrain neural pathways for no reason. And since this is nothing but complete mind control, literally, go to YouTube and type in John Hall Satellite Terrorism for a preliminary introduction in reference to these technologies, and for the ability to understand them, and for you to be able to literally witness that these crimes are happening to hundreds of thousands of Americans right now in real time. If this video stops while I'm in the middle of talking, just look in the comments feature of this YouTube video for a YouTube title that will be a continuation of this video. My emails for help have been intercepted on 5 university campuses now, and 1 is in another state. If you look at the manifesto, you'll clearly see it's a nationwide syndicate, and if you thoroughly investigate organized stalking or gang stalking, you'll clearly be able to see it's happening in every state in the United States. My name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California. I'm a target of these crimes, with human trafficking as one of the motivations and aspirations of why they're still targeting me. I make these videos in order to inform. As a direct result with cyber surveillance, my emails for help are being intercepted at UCSD Biomedical Library, the Gillespie Library, or whatever it's called, and at UCSD. Wait a minute. SDSU, I'm sorry. And I can't get no help because it's organized crime within the system, the very system I should be running to for help. And when I have attempted to run to the system for help, you know what they did? They steered me to community legal resources that they are infested in and work in from behind the scenes, including the Legal Aid Society of San Diego. I went to them as a result of having to attend a hearing through social services, and when I went down to the Legal Aid Society, I was literally gaslighted by employees and their security. Now, in reference to how these expeditions not only use universities but will protect them, remember, I'm a human trafficking target. This is part of the motivation why I'm picked, and if you don't think universities will not protect human trafficking targets and how they're involved in making sure they stay isolated in these campaigns by intercepting their emails, then I strongly suggest you listen to this audio file. And I'm going to tell you something right now. UCSD and SDSU staff, including their security staff, students, and library staff, and other staff of these university campuses have engaged directly towards me in organized gang stalking sensitization tactics. And if you don't believe the university, the Board of Regents, and the trustees will not protect these criminal expeditions, listen to this.
Initial response has to be, is there somebody if you can't do it yourself? Well, I mean, there was more than one janitor apparently that knew about this, and the one that said that he saw, you know, it's the worst thing he ever saw in his life. But then he just walked away to go confer with his fellow employees and what he should do about it. I mean, come on. How do you do that? How do you just walk away and let that continue? I got an email from a friend of mine here who says, I was listening on my way in. I was in San Francisco when USF shut down its basketball program for serious, but less serious compared to Penn State, legal problems and ethical problems. The president of the university, a Jesuit priest, made it clear that the situation had become a disgrace and that nothing short of shutting it down would be acceptable. He goes, as you may recall, USF was a powerhouse at one time, Bill Russell's alma mater, among others. I think that, you know, this is where you find out where real character is right now. If Penn State stands up, they could still impress us again. And they could say this was an aberration, a sad aberration. But I don't think they're going to do that. And that bugs me. DJ, you're on Google. Good morning. Hi, hello. You know, this is not just a football program issue. This is a whole administration issue at Penn State. There's another guy at Penn State that they've been covering up for, perpetuating one of the biggest hoaxes on the American people, and that's Michael Mann. You know, they covered up the Climategate emails coming from Michael Mann, and that's the university that he's from. So you've got a university that's living off football TV contracts. You've got a university living off taxpayer money. Look how many people that they've defrauded with the Climategate hoax. Well, let's go back to this and talk about money, because that doesn't even pay. That's a pimple on an elephant here when you're talking about money. Though you're talking about billions. I'm not saying millions. Let's get it right. Billions, thousands of millions of dollars that the football program brings in. So when Joe Paterno can tell the president of a university to shut up, and this is where we're going, maybe that speaks to the whole problem of who we give power to in our society. Maybe look at football today. And are they hiding information about serious head injuries because of billions of dollars? I mean, it's not child abuse. It's not child raping. Read it. Go to Google.com. Look at these videos. We have a thing of a thing you got to see up there. That's all coming up. All right. And then, you know, I'd have reported this next study on clutter in American homes, but I couldn't find it. It was in the village of San Diego.
Fellow American citizens, that if a university will allow children to be raped for years on end, you honestly think that they give two shits about, well, they obviously don't care at all. I have been directly, literally gaslighted, which is a term that describes harassment techniques over at UCSD by their people that have walked out of the dean's office. On October 8, 2012, someone slashed my tires 5 feet away from the dean's office at UCSD, which was the first time I visited that campus since October 4th, when I was threatened to be banned from their library for taking video pictures on August 31st, 2012, when I wasn't. This was their excuse to make it look like they had a legitimate apparent reason to try and ban me, which they were going to try and do if I had walked with the security guard into a separate place in the library where he wanted me to, and I told him no. There's a video online you can witness concerning that. And anyways, when they slashed my tires, that was the first visit back to UCSD, and they slashed my tires. I left my bike there, and then the next morning I went back to the campus and went to go call campus safety at the dean's office, 5 feet away from where they slashed my tires at. And when I went in there, they literally gaslighted me. 3 separate employees engaged in organized gang stalking, physical gestures for me to see while I was using the phone. One of them was in the office. He did this, which I was already making videos about, an August 31st video. For the whole duration of while I was standing there waiting to use the phone, and the person calling campus safety, the guy in the office was doing this the entire time. This is supposed to represent a penis. It's organized gang stalking sensitization tactics. And the individual that made the phone call to campus safety was gaslighting me as well. And it's not the only time I had been gaslighted by people that have walked in and out of and that worked in the dean's office. I am subject to organized gang stalking sensitization tactics along all of my routes, and here's the thing, I've already caught it on multiple videos, even in reference to not only the physical gestures, but also the direct conversation tactics. And I'm talking about catching things on videos in environments that I enter after I make videos in previous environments that I'm in, predicting that I'm going to catch it in the environment I'm about to go into. I'm talking about environments that I'm 10 miles away from and haven't even reached yet. I'll make a video or an audio file stating this is where I'm going and this is what I'm going to hear around me, because those are the direct conversation tactics of gang stalking. And let's see if they're caught on audio or video once I get there. Yeah, and then I get there and I catch them. That shows stalking from one place to another, and the fact that these same sensitization tactics are being used in multiple locations that I'm at and that I'm going to. The same exact sensitization tactics I catch and experience over at UCSC and SDSU. I'm talking about inside a Jack in the Box at 2 different locations, Rosecrans and Nimitz, and at Hazard Center Driveway. I'm talking about Rouse. Yeah, they banned me from Rouse after they staged a huge gang stalking incident 5 hours after I predicted it at this location. Go to Google and type in learning disabled woman gang stalked in San Diego, and trust me, when you do the research, you'll find the videos. They're all over the internet, YouTube and Google. I'm in San Diego, California. I expose these crimes. I'm a human trafficking target. UCSD and SDSU are looking for a reason to ban me, just like USD did. I was banned from USD 2 days after I made a video and uploaded it about how I was experiencing the same tactics by their employees. And then 2 days later, they staged an incident to ban me. And that night they did that, I made a video 2 hours before. Yeah, and said, let's see if anything happens in this library tonight. And then I waited about an hour and a half before uploading it. And within 40 minutes of me uploading that video, this USD campus safety came and banned me over a totally 100% complete fabricated lie. Because this is what they do in order to protect their involvement in these crimes. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. I'm a human trafficking target. The San Diego police are directly involved in these crimes. They have syndicated members literally within social services, and I've caught them flat out. Flat out. Just Google learning disabled woman exposes social services. Thoroughly look at those blogs, the videos, and the comments features of those videos. I gotta go. San Diego, California. Meticulously look at every single thing that I have made in this video. Thank you.